What up, my freaks? RuinousInsight here with part 42-ish of my Total War Warhammer 3 modded Malekith and Naggarond Inc. campaign. Attention, Naggarond Inc. workers. In accordance with company policy, all managerial staff will now be outside hires. To ensure internal misery, cross-training will be offered on request. However, upward mobility will be restricted to managerial staff. Have a miserable day. So as we saw last time, Tor Ivress has fallen. Eltharion the Grim defeated in battle by Malekith, giving him a pretty fantastic buff. And unfortunately, we couldn't quite get it on Morathi, but we'll see exactly what Eltharion does in this particular situation. If he moves before KARI and before the Ancestral Throng and before the Dread Fleet, that's a lot of enemies. If he moves before all of those, he might attack Morathi, die, and then give us the defeat trait, but if not, well, and then his faction will be destroyed. I'm not really up to farming the defeat trait because, frankly, we're not super reliant on it. You may also notice that we've lost about 100,000 gold and about 10,000 slaves between the end of last episode and this one, and I took, I don't know, a good half hour to do a lot of building admin, i.e. rushing a lot of buildings and stuff, and then building other stuff, and yeah, just didn't want to take away an episode just to do that, so our empire will be a little bit better off, and we can see that our income is looking pretty good. I also went ahead and did a trade agreement with the clan Scryer. Even though it's hurting our relationship with a few of our other allies, our envoys should at least to some degree counteract that. We're not going to bother getting a trade agreement with clan Spittle, however, because we're probably going to attack them. Really, out of all the Skaven clans, it's most likely that we'll be friends with Pestilence, but I'd prefer the Chaos Dwarfs to the to Clan Pestilence, so we'll have to see. Or not Pestilence, Eshin. Pestilence will probably get killed. Mostly because they're annoying here, and they're likely to annoy us even more with plagues. Anyway, in terms of what we have to do in this turn, I think really the only thing to do is to move Lokir into Hanyu Port, and I could have sworn I did this last time, but maybe I only intended to do it and didn't actually get to. Anyway, Mara, you are still our scout. You, Lokir, are going to head to Hanyu, and this is pretty meh. Lots of Jade Warriors, tier 1 units. Can we auto-resolve this? Pyrrhic Victory, though. I mean, you know what? Oh, let's just auto-resolve this. Yeah, it's a little bit of damage, but honestly, it's not worth fighting. The enemy's too weak. We could loot and occupy. Nah, but we're gonna keep the play. Healing up. I think it's a tier 2 currently. As in, it was at tier 3, which means we'll take it down to tier 2, which means if we loot and occupy, it doesn't really cost us much. It would allow us to heal up a little bit, but the rewards are honestly not that great, at the cost of a lot of provincial instability. You know, I'm just going to risk it and go for occupying. Oh, that's actually a tier 3. Okay, then I'm glad I didn't do that. All right, fantastic. Jeshia, you do not need Elf Servant because we need those elsewhere. And the Lokir is now more or less good. I did mean to take out the Shades building from him because he needs other things. And frankly, he probably won't need the Shrine of Cain either. Both of these need to be replaced by other things, namely the Dread Manse and probably the Dragon Tower, as neither one will be units that Lokir in particular has in his army. At the same time, we also will want to delete a few of these other units and replace them with more Black Ark Corsairs. The healing is actually a little bit light, huh? You know, we'll probably want to get a Death Hag in his army. In fact, while we're here, Tyrant, well, the enemy leadership is something. Oh, Ambush Master. You know what, let's get you. I could have sworn I built a Death Hag, but I was also planning to... Oh, no, wait, is this because we have too many heroes? Yeah, but the Death Hag can still buff up these guys in terms of their melee fighting prowess. So I think we still can get a decent usage out of it, even if it's a lot of heroes in a single army. What am I doing? It's not the settlement, it's Lokir himself that can get death hags going. Alright, there we go. And then that'll help heal up at least a little bit, because we're a little bit far from the Blessed Dread now, and frankly, we may not get much more use out of it in supporting Lokir, because we're out of waterways nearby, so we're probably going to have to send the Blessed Dread out to sea to do things over there, which is fine, especially since we're going to build it a fairly elite bunch of units. Otherwise, Lokir, just sit here, Hanyu Port, don't collect the... Well, you know what, you can collect the income for a turn, just don't for now. Let's start with the slave gate, I think. Honestly, I'm not entirely sure that we're going to keep the place. I assume that there's a pile of Skaven at Shenwu here. I mean, we could take all the stuff down here. I'm not entirely sure that we care all that much about it, to be perfectly honest. Well, at the very least, we care about Fuheng because of the port there, but all of this stuff. I guess there is wood and medicinal plants there. I guess the question will be whether we can take it before Jiao Ming. Or not Jiao Ming, before Deathmaster Snitch does. But anyway, that's not important right now. We're going to skip outpost upgrade available, as long as it's not the Dread Fleet. Now it's just you guys. You know, do we upgrade you? You know, let's just upgrade you. Otherwise, it's going to keep asking, it's going to keep annoying me. And besides, I believe, yeah, we're at tier 3 here at Clara Expire, so we may finally get some use out of those Dwarfen units. You need to build better stuff. Anyway, let's end the turn. Let's see what happens over here. Let's hope that we get a successful ambush. Leech. Oh, yeah, you were supposed to join... You're supposed to join Marathi. I thought I moved all the heroes, but apparently I didn't move you. Well, my bad. Alrighty, let's see. Western provinces, Jiao Ming, you're gonna want to peace out, huh? That's funny. But considering how much you hate us, there really isn't much point to this, is there? Because he will probably then turn his back on us and attack us. Honestly, if it wasn't for that, I'd probably just allow him to keep these territories in favor of having him be an ally, but yeah, we'll see. I wonder if the Skaven and Chaos are fighting each other as yet, but I guess it's not super important right now. Let's decline for now and continue doing what we're doing. Alright, Eltharion, will you be... it looks like Catherine Kelpclaw moved first, which means Eltharion probably died. Oh, did he get killed by Nakari? He got killed by Nakari, didn't he? Oh, well, Morathi, sorry about that. I guess you'll have to contend yourself with killing Nakari instead. We have a Skull Helmet here, Hold the Line, Terror, Physical Resistance, and Armor. It's not bad, but it's not great either. Killian Kane... Oh, growth plus 20 all provinces. You know what, while this is fine, it's not a bad item, I think the 20 growth all provinces for a fairly big empire is going to be much more valuable to us. Administration. You have 3 loyalty. Cause attrition? Sure, aid them. And what do we have here? Gains trait favored upkeep production by 5. But it's for an admin. Root out some rebels. Control plus 3 all provinces. Oh, fantastic. Man, if this was anybody other than an admin, it would have been great. Although the control plus 3 isn't too bad of a thing to have on an administrator. But, yeah, the upkeep production ain't great and on an admin. And it'll never not be an admin. So let's just go root out some rebels, I guess. Alright. Turn out some rebels, and trait gain campaign, movement range for... Why do we still have that? Condomin is no longer on our team. And Undercity discovered in Ashlodal. Faction destroyed Ivres, ambush foiled Rakartha. That didn't quite work out. And it looks like Gorok is besieging Chakwa. Is he? Or is he just standing outside Chakwa? I'm not entirely sure what he's doing here. Clan Scribe performed the Scheme of Doom. Wa fails for the Broken Axe. Morgullah the Merciless are ready for duty. I have no idea who you or Holtressa are. Administration loyalty low. Movar has himself another organ merchant. Casualties captured post-battle for Movar. Who the heck is Movar? Oh, you're a master. Okay, yeah, you definitely don't need an overseer. And that is it. Okie dokie. First of all, your loyalty is low, was it? Oh, it's at 6 now. Not that low. You have an elf servant. It'll be fine. I assume it'll be fine. Let's see. Getting back to you, good sir. Damn, it looks like Tlashland will get taken by these guys. I was hoping to take it ourselves, but it looks like that's not going to happen. We'll have to contend ourselves with Zahutek instead. Go in and occupy that, please. Hopefully Luther Harkin doesn't turn on us and attack us there. Auto-reserve this. Occupy. Or occupy. Guiding Eye. What is this? Active ability, armor-piercing missile damage affects all allies in range. Oh, wow, that's interesting. We don't have that yet. Huh, and it's a gray item too that buffs all nearby range units with a fairly considerable buff though for a short time. Gotta try to get more of these somehow. Occupy the place, even though it just got sacked. Jaden, you certainly don't need... Oh, you got your Manticore now, though. You certainly don't need the guiding. You can use something better, especially once you're on your dragon. And otherwise, you can just stay here. Alright. You can also repair this, I guess. We'll still probably want to trade both of these places. Admiral Moksha, I would like you to go out here to the Remnants of Battle. Oh, but if you do, you won't be healing... You won't be helping Jaden heal. I guess you can move there afterwards. Let Jaden heal a little bit more and go into Dread Expansion for now. Rin Mo, you're supposed to join this army as well. We're going to have to delete probably a Reaper Bolt Thrower, I would think. Yeah. And then you, while we have you, what were you going to build next? You need both of the other support buildings. Yeah, let's do that. I mean, we are close to the next level of Black Ark, but I think this is still probably the way to go. Let's do that and that. More Black Ark support available. Do we need the torture posts? Not a crazy amount. I actually forget, you have Beastbinder, so you will definitely want to get a Harpy Cage here in order to be able to build your own troops of this variety. Alright, the rest is fine. I was just thinking what else we could possibly build there. Anyway, oh, damn it, I didn't mean to issue... Okay, well, too late now. Accidentally issued him a trespass warning. Well, at least he still likes us, but I guess if we want to betray Luther Harkin, now is going to be the time. Though if he wants to betray us, this would be a great time to attack Jaden. You know what, let's level her up just in case, because... me accidentally hitting that made me nervous. Let's go Sheaf Master for you. Yeah, that works. And does Sheaf Master only buff up these guys? Because, yeah, Raid Leader buffs up everybody else. Yeah, alright. That's fine then. And then the rest of you don't need anything, as I recall. Or at least at the current time. Well, let's see about this. Now, I guess the question is, do we send Rakarth to deal with Gorok? Do we... Yeah, Gorok's screwed. Do we allow... Could Gorok take Itza? Let's see what we got here. Yeah, he might be able to. We need to make sure that he can't. Ashlodal has that... Okay, wait. Here's what we'll do. You, Barsathar, are going to head towards Sabatun. I don't know whether you'll be able to get there before the Skaven take it, but we'll see. We have you marching towards the Duskgate, unfortunately. And you can reach it in one turn. We could, however, rush this to make sure that it's defensible. May want to build a temporary lord there. I think I will think about it. I will consider it. And then you can move towards Sabatun. Maybe we can take Sabatun and then trade it to these guys for Quetzal to complete our Itza province, which is the only province in this entire area that we'd really want. Also, R&D. You guys, I guess, are gonna go after this little Elven faction, or at least, yeah, you're gonna go after the Elven faction. And then you are gonna go, well, I guess you're gonna go down this way as well, but generally speaking, annoy whoever is our enemy. Ooh, hello. Where are you going, Melwyn? I wonder, are these guys at war with the... Yes, they are at war with the Clan Spittle. We do probably want to take the Fuming Serpent and the Star Tower for ourselves because they are elven colonies and we'd get benefits from doing so. Anyway, Malekith. Well, I feel like we want to make Morathi put down KARI. I don't know what the defeat trait for this is, however. I guess we're about to find out, eh? Let's see. Let's get those spell points in there, skill points in there. Power, Darkness, and Evasion, and then we'll get that Pit of Shades shortly. Honestly, Morathi should just be immune to Slaaneshi shenanigans, or her army should be immune to Slaaneshi shenanigans. You can get... raiding, campaign line of sight. I guess we just keep going through elusive, mostly because if you do get into melee combat, you need to be careful. You are saving your points, and then you, Mr. Uriel, are immortal. You need to go through Blade Master into Foe Seeker. There you go, that's better. And then you can now attack. Wait, not you, Morathi. Attack, kill off KARI. He stole your kill, and I'm sure you ain't happy about it. He's gonna run. But he's not gonna run far enough. Alrighty, attack.
Show no mercy.
Alright, and he is going to steal one of our shades with dual weapons. It's unfortunate, but there's not much we can do about it. Gonna be a close victory, but we'll still need to be careful. Ugh, I hate rebuilding shades, or rebuilding units. Maybe get a few more Doomfire Warlocks. I really wish that he had stolen this shade. we could like cheese it and then retreat and then go back for an attack, but whatever, I guess. Ugh, it'll just be annoying to... man, where can we even recruit shades? Close by, we can't. We can recruit Doomfire Warlocks, also not close by. Yeah, that's actually really irritating, isn't it? But then, if we go back and try it again, most likely he'll just steal something else. Why couldn't it be this shade? But oh well, let's just do it.
For Naggarond.
For Naggarond, eh, Morathi? Well, that's an interesting thing of you to say. I feel like you'd probably be more likely to say for yourself. And damn, the shades that KARI borrowed sure changed those capes of theirs really quick. Where did they get shade capes with Druchii designs right before a battle, is what I'd like to say. Were they perhaps holding on to those all along? Morathi? Anyway, here we go. Morathi will be trying her best to banish KARI and make up for past misdeeds. Let's say we're gonna start the battle off by the enemy charging its forward with charging us with its forward positioned Hellflayers and Seekers of Slaanesh on this flank, together with a poor Cultist of Slaanesh, which has foolishly decided to charge directly at our shades, which means is going to take so much range fire. And will it actually? It will not make it to our battle line. Poor thing. Though they do have another Cultist. Oh, actually, no, it's a Chaos Sorcerer of Slaanesh, where that came from. In fact, they have two of them, plus KARI himself, who I have been trying to target with the Raven Heralds, but apparently KARI shrugged off all the damage dealt to him. That's okay, though. It looks like he's heading directly for Morathi, and that's exactly the way we want it, as we can have her duel with KARI himself. Do have to be careful, as KARI is a high damage dealing lord, and on top of that, he can be quite difficult to bring down because of his ability that brings health back. He also spins to win quite a lot, and it takes him out of the direct combat a lot, or prevents him from being stuck easily, so that's certainly a problem. Well, good luck to you, Morathi. He is... oh, wow, okay, and apparently no need to wish you luck, as he is dropping fairly quick. Blinded, Word of Pain, Bleed, Soul Blight, and Doom and Darkness on him. I did pop Doom and Darkness because I saw his leadership was dropping, so I figured I might as well start that banishment process. Get a few nice shots of KARI trying in vain to bring Morathi down, but it looks like she is going to be the superior fighter in this particular case. He doesn't look too happy about the whole thing, but who knows? He is Slaaneshi, so maybe he's enjoying this whole thing. Gotta make every single banishment an enjoyable experience. It only makes sense. And down goes KARI and disappears, though we still have the rest of his army to contend with, and they have reached our main line. They are much, much weaker than KARI is himself, and will be dropping fairly soon. On top of that, we just had our Murderous Prowess activated, and our Witch Elves and our Ice Blades are holding the front lines, and even against Demonettes we should be able to take them out. The Doomfire Warlocks are in here as well, the Harvesters of Slaanesh, ironically harvesting Slaaneshi units. Alrighty, and these guys will be routing by the looks of it fairly soon, and then they're just going to take shots to the back as they try to book it on out of there. The balance of power has shifted fully in our favor. The enemy is routing, so now it's just a matter of bringing down those units of the enemy that we can. And if we leave the shades alone, as in we kill everything else, but we leave the shades that KARI stole alone, will they come back to our army? I guess we're gonna find out, because I'm not sure. They didn't used to come back to your army, I think. But I also vaguely recall something was said about that. Maybe that changed, but I also could be wrong. We'll see in a second. Anyway, kill off all these units so we don't have to deal with them again. Or actually, wait, do we even need to? I don't even remember whether KARI's army ran or we just... yeah, I think it ran, didn't it? Well, either way, we want the bonus reward, so we're gonna chase them all down anyway. Morathi was dealing with some Heartseekers, but they were melting away, so they melted of their own accord, and now it's just a few more enemy units to kill. Raven Herald's going to assassinate that Slaaneshi sorcerer. And the rest doesn't matter because it's mostly the Shades who we are purposely going to leave alive. Well done, Morathi. She certainly beat Nakari there. Her damage isn't super high, but Nakari dropped fairly quickly. And considering the glass cannon sort of nature of Slaaneshi armies in this particular case, it's not surprising that it was a short battle. Armies collide, and then a minute later, one of them is going to be dead. That's a lovely little Slaaneshi map that we got to fight on. Would have been disappointing not to fight Nakari in a Slaaneshi corrupted location. Alrighty, there we go. Battle itself, and no problem at all. We can go for, let's say, well, I guess we can heal up and take the slaves, and ha! Look at that. Despite the unit being on the enemy's side, this heals them. That's kind of interesting. But anyway, we will take this for ourselves, and otherwise the army should be destroyed. And there we go. Alrighty, and experience gain 10% for characters, all characters, faction might, and speed for Lord's army. Well, you know what? That's actually a pretty good buff for this army in particular. Malekith's army probably doesn't need it as much. Yeah, we could get an extra 3 speed on the Black Guard. The dragons are already very fast, but, well, the Black Guard aren't going to be all that much faster anyway, so that's fine. Morathi, I would love for you to take Tor Karali now, but you don't have Siege Attacker, which means we have to use Malekith for it. Malekith, go to Tor Karali, please, and I guess we'll have to auto-resolve it. There's nothing there, right? Yeah, there's nothing there. You go here. Eladan, what are... Oh, right, we're gonna transfer some... Okay, we'll deal with you in a second. And, oh, I just realized I should have attacked Nakari with the Black Ark support available. Shouldn't I have? Admiral, your arm was just a little bit too far. My bad, my bad. I still think that Morathi should be immune to Slaaneshi Steelies, but, well, whatever. How's that? Ooh, hello. Bordelot has indeed been taken by the Red Duke. Oh, fantastic. Okay, so we will want to have Malekith take that. And we want Bordelot for ourselves. It's a good pickup. Hopefully before Bretonnia retakes it. We can also take Mousillon, give it back to Elian Nass. Anyway, Pirate Hunter for Admiral Yorn, more Elf Servants, and XP, but damn it, still no materials. Let's see. And no one has been as good as Valal Life Quencher in that regard. Ooh, hello, we finally hit level 10 for the Black Ark Reavers. Silver-tongued promises, or rather, ruthless butchery. No, I don't care about the recruitment cost. I care about this, weapon strength, and ruthless butchery. So we'll go 3 points in this, and we'll go dreadful gaze, reload skill reduction, and yeah, alright. And then we'll increase boarding prep. Fantastic. And you're gonna do the same exact thing. Boarding prep in 2, ruthless butchery, and dreadful gaze. Silver tongue promises also reduces that considerably, and we can't get seek new corsairs yet, but we will eventually. Lovely. Alrighty, that brings this army's upkeep down to 15. How do you tell how much money a horde is generating? Because this thing should be making money. Our horde building income is currently at nearly 10k. I'd just be curious to see whether this army is making more money than it is losing, but I guess there's no real easy way to tell. And now, should we keep you away from Sloppy Crookshank and from the Red Duke? Probably. Let's move a little bit away. I'd love for you to go after that island, but we can do so after. There we go. Looks like we're safe for now. You're going to go into Dread Expansion. You R&D are going to annoy Mousillon, and then you R&D are going to... Well, actually, you are going to annoy Bordelot, and then you are going to annoy it from the other side. Slaaneshi Giggle. Let's see. You do it. Yes, good. And then you do the same. Only got a few more turns of this and gotta keep doing it. There we go. These guys really don't like us now. I see Lewin is nearby. Can't let him retake that. Can Malekith reach that in a single turn from Torquarali? I have to wonder. I guess we'll have to find out in a sec. You can take Torquarali with a quick little auto resolve. Nobody really damaged. Fantastic. We're gonna occupy the place. Lovely. Potion of speed, Elf Servant, don't care about that. Don't collect the income, at least for now, and then we will be building it up. Only Torakara left. I'm hoping that Mr. Bugman here does not besiege it. Morathi, I want you to go into raiding stance because this is all corrupted, though you should really be immune to Slaneshi corruption, and your entire army should be. But what do I know? Well, either way. Eladan. Oh wow, there's apparently some construction outside my building today, so if you guys can... Damn, that's loud. Is it outside my balcony or something? Anyway, if you guys hear annoying background noises, that's the construction. I can't do anything about that, unfortunately. It's also quite distracting. I keep losing my train of thought as well. Do we need the Dark Riders and the Dark Shards here? I guess is the question. Akhenet Lifequencher has a fairly decent little balanced army, but if we, for example, give her these 4 units, we'll have to make room for 4 units on top of whatever heroes we put in here. Now, assuming that we can go without a master, we'd probably want a Death Hag, because you want one in every army. You know what, we could just do 1 Death Hag, so we'd need room for 5 units. Let's say... You could take out all the regular Dark Shards, for example, replace them with Dark Riders with repeater crossbows. That's 4, and then that's 5. That might not be the worst idea. And just to, just because I don't want this to be a range-focused army so much as allow the White Lions and the Silverian Guard to shine, we're also going to, or are in the process right now, of making an all-High Elf army, because I'd love to give that one a try. So yeah, let's delete this, and we'll use the Dark Riders. Yeah, they'll... Nah, we can use them to chase stuff down. I'm just wondering whether it's a bad idea to do that in favor of these guys, but I like the idea of having all these guys shielded. Let's do that, then we'll pop you into Trilinia for now. We also have to replace you with a different lord, because obviously the Life Quencher doesn't benefit these things at all. Also, I forgot to take away that Forbidden Rod from you, didn't I? Alright, my bad. I'll take that away for now, Illidan. You are a Shade Lord, so you will have to have shades later on. Alright, and then you can transfer Mr. Misery and the Coastal Relations Liaison and the Dark Riders to this army. Possibly for now, in the sense that I might transfer the monsters to another army later on, but I might not. I feel like they would work fairly well with the Silverian Guard. We also can delete you too, because you're costing us unnecessary money right now. And Illidan, for now, I guess you're going to return to Tori Vress. I'm going to double check whether you have an Elf Servant, though, because I feel like you need one. You have one? Yes, you do. Okay, so you should be... Well, maybe not fine, considering you're down to 7, but still okay. Now, hopefully, if Malekith can't reach Bordelot, which apparently he cannot, maybe you can? Can't quite tell. I mean, if we sail you out into our own waters, you might be able to, but then there's a good chance that Sloppy Crookshank might attack you without the... without access to your Death Hag. In fact, can anybody nearby build a Death Hag? Can you build Death Hags? No. You can build your next level of Gargantuan Black Ark. We should, you know what? Just do it. But you can't get Death Hags. Where's the closest Temple of Cain? It's got to be on Valal Lifequencher, right? You don't have a Temple of Cain either. Yeah, it's got to be on Valal then. I didn't build one at the Shell Race Triumph. Oh, actually, I did. Ah, good job. Good job, Ruinous. I'm an idiot. You can have a Death Hag of, I don't know, the Tyrant variety, maybe? Or we could do the Leadership one. They're not unbreakable, after all. The Campaign Movement range would otherwise be relatively useful. Let's go with you, Harrison. And you can move... Oh, wow, that's going to take a long time. Go out to sea. I think that might actually be faster. Alright, fantastic. You're going to continue recruiting in a second, but we'll see about moving everybody else around first. So, Crone Hellebron, you are going to march stance out to sea. Yeah, you're not needed here anymore. If you're going to march stance out to sea, we're just going to have you, Admiral Leech, take back Ice Bath. Alright, do this. Leech, attack. And close victory, this, really? Okay, occupy. Yeah, the auto-resolve's still underestimating those units. We're gonna need some monsters in here, absolutely. And I guess just occupy it for now. Alright, World Walker's destroyed. You don't need the Elf Serpent, damn it, every time. That's gonna get annoying. And you don't need one either. Alright, we're almost at the point where we have enough Elf Servants, I think, saved up that we can stop doing that. You can also build these, but we'll see if we have enough money to actually make good use of that. Tehetshish, I want you to move this way, because you're supposed to join up with Crone Hellebron and transfer her that Bloodrack Shrine. Looks like the Reichland forces kind of like us at this point, or at least are beginning to. If we betray Wintertooth, everybody of the Shield of Civilization will love us for it. Certainly attempted to do so. Anyway, Sharky, go for Mysterious Island. Do we have capacity for another assassin yet? Is that a murder? No. Not yet. Alright, well, we will eventually. Power Prescience and favorable winds. Is there another island here? Yes, indeed there is. So I guess, Sharky, you can travel to it for now while you wait for your assassins. Alright, I'd still love to make use of your army, and not to worry, we will. We've still got 19 turns until the end game scenario, so you're free to swim around to your heart's content. Administration, Drew Key Resources, ooh. One of the administrations, actually several of the administrations need to move, I think. You are going to grab the Manticore Lords from Malekith, and you're going to rush over to transfer them to him. I guess by land. I'm not actually sure whether this is faster than by sea, but give it a try. Alright, go get Malekith of those Manticore Lords. You don't need to recruit for now. Ooh, Hag Grief, you're gonna upgrade to Dark City. Damn, it's gonna take a while. I wanted to get this up and running so that we could get those Cold One Dread Knights from Malice. If we have leftover money, we will probably rush that, because we certainly have leftover slaves. Druki Admin Malice. Speaking of, I was just talking about you, bud. You get some free XP by killing off Girth, because his army is a little weak and pathetic. I was going to send you down here, but apparently I did not. Attack, auto-resolve. And hey, a Lichbone Pennant, very nice find. Well done, Malice. You do good work. Alright, Dark Pegasus for Eldire, fantastic, an Elf Servant, several Elf Servants in fact, and Malice, you are going to move down to Wily Village next, and you should be at full health for a fairly fun battle by the looks of it. Lots of enemies defending, plus the enemy has got an actual lord there. Vashos Barbstorm, we may no longer need you after a while. Did I give you a Revered Name of Power? Yeah. Alright, and you have Barbstorm and Charge Bonus, both of which aren't too bad, so we can actually use you as a proper lord down here. Should we... Are you still alive? Okay, you know what, Vashos, have a job for you. Go hunt down those lizards. You've just been waiting here, but frankly, those lizards need to be destroyed. Lee Temple can defend itself. All right. Well, let's see. Admiral. Okay, now you know what? Let's keep doing this in order, because I'm gonna lose my place again. Marathi is good. Druki Resources, Sharky, Jaden, Rikarth, you're up next. Where do we send you? Ah, yes, I was trying to figure out what to do with you. You can actually hit the Sacred Pools from here, but it would allow Gorok to get to Itza, especially since Barsathar is down here. Gorok does have Siege Attacker, but we don't have breaches in the walls. Do we risk it, I guess, is the question. Well, we could try. All of these units have so little HP. The towers might be able to bring them down, even if the unit's so badly damaged. I gotta say I'm tempted by it. At least this way we won't have wasted a turn. You know what, Rikarth, go here. We'll see what happens. And Pyrrhic victory, really, for this? Is this worth fighting? Nah, it's just basic Saurus. Yeah, they do have their barriers, but it's still just basic Saurus units. Shouldn't be any kind of problem. I think this is probably not worth our time. I got some Crocs. Yeah, but this isn't like the Temple Guard army that we had actual trouble with. I'm tempted by the fight, so we'll just take a look at whatever else we can do this turn, because, well, a tempting fight's a tempting fight. Even if it does feel like it'll be an easy one. The Shell Ray, ah yes, you should have your army now. Ferry, get ready to transfer. The Shell Ray, go here. And, oh right, you are not going to be holding the Demonettes anymore. Marathi had no room for just a single unit of demonettes. It's too annoying to only have the one. Need more. You're gonna take these out and you're going to trade them like so. There we go. Theshelra, your army is ready to go. You're gonna start off by moving here and grabbing the Shrine of Kurnus for us. Ferry, you're gonna land here and we're going to actually move you in here and probably transfer those demonettes to somebody in order to make a follower army for Marathi with a bunch of stuff. Alright, so who's up next after Theshelra? Druki Akanet is good fairy. Which fairy are you? Oh, you're the one that was following Helebron around. You're not really needed. I'm gonna keep you here for now. Why? Because if we get into a fight with Throg, and I don't know whether we will or we won't, but if it happens, and then we should, well, deal with it. Where did the Skaven go? Alright, so they're still holding Baleful Hills. Just to double check, Mara, go to Shenmue. And is it full of Skaven? Yes, indeed it is. Alrighty, well, that's a little bit annoying because reasons. I see Shangyang is still open for business, though. This is all attrition-y. I wonder, would you be able to hit that in a single... Can't quite tell. Maybe. Alright, Rakarth, go here. I know that this leaves these guys to potentially attack us, but, well, what can you do? Oh, right, and you're supposed to join his army as well. Except you can't reach him.
Show me the compass.
He moves faster than you do. Always weird when armies can move faster than here's. Oh, wow, I did not realize how hurt you were, Rakarth. Or, Rakarth, Lokir, rather. Lokir. Go into encamp stance, and this is exactly why you need a, Death Hag. Okay, you know what? Get rid of this. Right there, Death Hag. Go to army. Ah, she can't move anymore. Damn, I should have. Yeah, that was my bad. That was my bad. Fortunately, this is just rebels, so hopefully they won't pose any kind of problem to this army. Damaged though it may be. Malice is also around here in case Rakarth needs to. Lokir, damn it. Lokir needs to retreat. Okay. Also, while you're doing that, you could build a few things, namely you will want to get the Dreadmance, and we will want to get the Harpy cages as well, and that looks good to me. Alright. This also leaves Vomik to move down here to take Chiang, but we'll see. We may also just trade Hanyu Port away to these guys. I'd rather have Baleful Hills in a complete province than specifically bother with this. It's not like we care about, for example, the Ogres or anything. Not that they despise us either. Although, wait, we're getting closer to the Knights of Kalidor, I wonder. Yeah, you know what? We're probably going to send Mara over there, find Imric. You guys have suggested sending a few agents to find Teclis and to find the Knights of Kalidor, and I think that's probably going to be a good idea here. Good use of our time as well. Administration, not the administration I was looking for, but this administration. Yo.
Hi, Beastmaster.
You're gonna move to Skeggy. This guy has this is one of the admins that has port bonuses, so I want him to move to Skeggy, which has a lot of ports. Or I guess we could also move him... Wait, do we have admin? Let me just see here. And there's a province here with a bunch of ports, isn't there? Yeah, you have 3 ports, and we already have an admin at Skeggy. You know what, let's move you there then. To here. Yeah, that was perfect. Alright. At least we know where to send you. Okay, who is up next? Killian Kanemarked. Yeah, so I was going to make a another admin. So between the episodes, as you guys may recall, I've been doing a bunch of getting a bunch of extra admin lords on the field because, well, they help with the public order in a lot of our provinces. One of those was Killian Kanemarked, who we got an aristocratic name of power. However, despite the names of power for aristocratic supposed to be buffing influence in province, or the faction as a whole, what Killian Kanemarked got was this. Corruption -5, upkeep reduction 15% for Harganeth Executioners, and 15% ward save on Harganeth Executioners as well. It's a pretty damn strong buff. So you, Killian Kanemarked, also her name is Killian Kanemarked, come on. It's perfect. She's going to be our Executioner army, basically, leader. And she's Ambush Master, which frankly isn't super great for the Executioners, but you know, it still works. It's still a pretty decent buff. Anyway, let's see what else we have to do. Admiral Valal, I see you have not moved. which means we can move you southward. Is there an island nearby? Is there an island over here now? I guess you'll go south to grab these islands. Alright, and that's where you're going then. Alright, and your army is complete as well. Fantastic. Technically, you're supposed to follow Hellebron, but I guess she can actually join you. You can also go into Dread Expansion and upgrade your enormous black arc. And you can also... Alright, we're gonna save for the Dread Manse, aren't we? Alright, we can do that next turn once the enormous black arc has been upgraded. Okie dokie, so that was you, lol. Leech Granite Stance. You don't need to move. Well, actually, you kind of... I can also upgrade these. It's expensive, but at the same time, and just so that we don't have to constantly upgrade these guys. How long would it take you to recruit some monsters in your army? 3 turns at 4k. You know what? I'll see between the episodes while doing admin if we have extra money remaining, and then he can build some monsters if he is able to. He has Granite Stance, but I just really like to get him to get like a couple Hydras or something just to anchor the line, so if he's not fully reliant on just Black Arc Corsairs with handbows. Anyway, Moksha, you're up next. I think, assuming that Jaden can't move, can you build anything? No, we already did that. Yes, all right, fine. Kinovale, you are good. You just need army units, and we're going to recruit those for you. Next up, we have R&Ds. I'll move those between the episodes, however. Let's do the battle, then. I was not going to do it, but rather than end the turn, I think we'd rather have a nice little fight for ourselves. So, Rikarth, get some levels on you, and then let's head to it. Steel Will, Beast Lord's Gaze, Stop Rampage, Leadership -8 for enemy monstrous units. Lovely. Now, and this also buffs Manticore Lords. We could transfer the Manticore Lords over from Malekith to Rikarth. However, Rikarth already has all of these monsters, and frankly, Malekith... You know that Malekith would take all the best stuff for himself, so I feel like it would be the lawful thing to do to keep it as it is. Anyway, let's get into the battle. Pyrrhic victory or not. You have a Reviv Crystal. Not many monsters other than the Croxies and the Reviv Crystal, but oh well. I wanted to get some monster-on-monster action, but that's fine. I'm sure we'll see more lizards when Rikarth heads down to fight the Cult of Sotek. Alrighty, looks like Rikarth is nowhere near done with all those lizards, and now we have the Chill of Sontar together with the rest of the Hydras. All of you get pets, every single one of you. There we go. Alrighty, we're gonna start the battle off by annoying the enemy a little bit with our Scourge Runner chariots, and I do mean a little bit because I don't imagine they're going to do too much just by virtue of the fact that the enemy army has barriers on them, and we're probably going to need to move our actual units in, as in our monstrous units, to help that out. Though without the barrier, I do imagine that the Scourge Runners would have done a decent amount of damage to the enemy, and I'm sure they'll get a few kills here and there, and the barriers is still going to be quite the issue for them. Anyway, just gonna back off rather than exchange shots with the enemy, and if I can speed this up a little bit as we send Rikarth forward as well. And there we go, and just wait until he's ready to join the fray. There we go. So we're going to send the Hydras and the Charybdises forward with Rikarth. We're going to pop the Pan's Impenetrable Pelt on all of them to reduce their missile, or to reduce their damage from missile fire and speed them up so they join the fray that much faster. The Hydras and the Charybdises will charge directly into the enemy main line, whereas Rikarth will head to the back of the enemy line and go directly for their single revivification crystal, which we're going to want to get off the field as soon as we possibly can. He's going to get surrounded by some Karoxagors here, but that's okay. We do have Manticores waiting in the wings, and they can always help out if he feels himself to be in trouble. And the Charybdises and Hydras will hopefully support each other, though they will start taking damage both from the enemy melee units as well as the Chameleon Skinks and Lothern Seaguard firing at them. It will still take quite a while for them to work through their HP. This is a single army after all, and we're not surrounded by Temple Guard like we were when we got attacked, or when we attacked Itza rather. The Reeve of Crystal is taking a little bit of damage, but nothing crazy. Gonna move in our Sorceress to pop that Tormentor Sword and debuff all the enemies so that they don't damage Rakarth too much. In the meantime, the Manticores have indeed dropped down, but not to help Rakarth so much as to help this Master, who got himself trapped by these Cold One Riders and has started to take damage. Really gotta be careful and bail him out so that he doesn't die. We're also gonna charge our Scourge Runner Chariots into melee to go after those Razordawn hunting packs and the Skink Skirmishers. Razordawns are pretty darn fragile, so I think the Scourge Runners should be able to Scourge run them down fairly quickly, especially in the numbers that they're in here. Over in the background, it looks like the Basti with Reeve of Crystal has dropped. The Scourge Runners have forced the Razordawns off the field, and in fact they've forced the Skirmishers off as well, or at the very least they forced them to rout. In fact, speaking of forcing enemies to rout, it looks like a decent amount is about to head that way. These Kroxigors are terrified of Rakarth. This, is that a skink? Who is this? That's a Saurus Scarvat. It just looks tiny under the Charybdis there. It looks so tiny by comparison, I thought he was a skink. Anyway, battle is going fairly reasonably in our favor, and there's Murderous Prowess active at a pretty darn good time. And this time around, when the enemy army is still fighting, and that'll help us with our monsters being buffed up considerably by that Murderous Prowess. And gotta love the way that Rakarth does transfer that to his pets. Alright, looks like the Hydras are doing a pretty good job, and you can ask for no better as the enemy army will shatter, and the battle will be ours. Alright, quick little fight. We did take a little bit of damage, but I think primarily on the Master that got trapped. A couple of the Manticores got a little bit of damage as well, but they were damaged going into the battle, so I'm not entirely sure how much of that was from this and how much of it was from the previous time. Charybdises always get a little bit hurt, but the Hydras are more or less fine, and that's also not surprising. Anyway, well done, Rakarth. Wonder how much damage you've done. About 10,000, nothing crazy, less than Sabbatha with the Beast Lore. Yeah, Rakarth does tend to be a little bit later on damage than, well, at the very least than Malice and Malekith and Morathi, but obviously they're all, well, at least Malekith and Morathi are hybrid lords that can cast a lot, as well as fight. And Malice, while technically not having casting ability, can kill blobs of infantry in his Tsarkan form, whereas Rakarth only really has his Black Dragon Breath to rely upon, and otherwise just sort of exhorts the monsters to do better. Anyway, either way, anyway, decisive victory for him, and the pools will fall as well as Itza did. Alright, there we go. Easy little fight, or at the very least, certainly not a difficult one. Ooh, wow, look at you, Charybdis. 27k damage, very, very nice. And, well, a nice all-around by the looks of it. I'm once again impressed with how much better the Scourge Runner chariots are compared to the Cold One chariots. So these guys barely require babysitting, and they still do a pretty great range damage, and then when you set them into melee, they're still pretty decent in melee as well, so great job to the Scourge Runners. We are going to... I mean, I'm not sure that we actually want to bother keeping the Sacred Pools. I'm kind of tempted to just sack it, but on the other hand, it's not that much money, and it'll mean that Rakarth will have to move away, won't it? He won't have enough space to reclaim it, or to occupy it next turn then. Is 12,000 gold and 549 slaves worth a single turn of Rakarth being able to move, is the question. And I'm inclined to say it isn't, which means we're going to just occupy it. Alrighty, enemy hero success chance, bodyguard, elf servant, there we go. Circuit pools our hours, don't collect the income and go for that, I guess, demand. Highborn hostages, here we'll, by and large, most likely trade it away. Mostly because I don't care for these magical forest areas that are a red territory, though I suppose if these guys are willing to trade something useful to us for it, I would certainly be willing to make a deal. Anyway, I believe that was the last movement we have to make other than heroes and other admins, so I'll take care of that between the episodes as well as a bunch of building stuff, and then we'll come back on the turn and proceed to probably knock KARI out for good, and I guess head for the Barrow Legion and start invading this area so that we're ready for Torgavon. For Athaloran. So stay tuned for more as we get closer to the endgame scenario. Don't forget to leave a like and comment. All glory to the algorithm. And thanks for watching.